All right, sorry about that, everybody. A little sneeze to get started off, but hey, guys, and ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for coming to Note Night in America here on Monday night. As always, excited to have you all here. We've obviously got a lot of work we've been working on over the last couple of weeks for an amazing upcoming event this Thursday through Sunday. It's our 7th year of doing this event, 8th time we have done it. First year we did it twice and realized that's a lot of work, so it became an annual event. But I want to honestly say we've got such an amazing lineup this time around with experts and people that just have a giving heart and really want to provide great content, actions, marketing, and profit generating nuggets for your real estate and note investing business. That I'm really blessed to have such an amazing group of not only colleagues that are coming on, but people I call friends. And we've got really an amazing event lined up for you guys. If you've joined us for the first time, if you're watching this, do me a favor in the chat room. Tell me if this is your first time. If you've got a ticket, great, awesome. If you don't have a ticket, hey, get signed up tonight. It's the last day for the special pricing that we do. Prices go up tomorrow. You can't make it live. I get it, but you love the content, love the schedule. We'll go through in a little bit. You can get signed up and we'll get you the replays out that following Monday or Tuesday next week. So, but as we dive into the nights, I just kind of want to share a little bit about really what some of the things we got lined up. Not only do we have just a great speaker lineup with content, but we have some really cool things. Every year that we do this, we send out a survey to those that attend the class, those that get signed up, and we really want to find out what's going on in your individual note business, what's going on in your business life. How can we best help you? What are you struggling with? If you already got a ticket and already signed up, guess what? You'll be getting a survey tomorrow. Get started out in that. We're giving away some goodies with that. If you haven't gotten a ticket yet, just type in the chat roll there. Hey, don't have one yet. I may reach out to you. I'll draw a drawing of those that are on here tonight for those that don't have a ticket. Even those that do have bought a ticket, it was a chance and an opportunity for you to get a free ticket tonight, and even refund back if you've already bought a ticket. But anyway, honored to have you all here. Note C.A.M.P, like I said, was created back in 2014. It's hard to believe it's 7 years now, with the idea that we really did want to provide something that wasn't focused on what we have going on. It was focused on really helping our students, our listeners. This is pre-podcast, or our clients and students really take their business to the next level. And we've all been to different workshops or conferences, especially conferences. And conferences, we have seen in the note space, you have some bigger ones. We were very fortunate to be a part of Noteworthy Summit when it was taking place in Vegas originally, and helping grow that to an 800-person event. That's a lot of moving parts. And unfortunately, it's really dropped down to really nothing for the most part. And then, seeing other events that were small events here or there, people trying to put on events. And it was the same speakers at each conference. And no offense, I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to pay the same price or a different price to see the same people I've seen at previous events. I think we can all test that, right? And so that's one of the biggest things that is the big C for Note C.A.M.P is content. Yes, you'll see some original speakers that have been around for a little bit. You'll see some new names. And honestly, I will tell you this, none of the speakers on this, we've seen some repeat. Like, I'll give you an example, like Darren Adams is a repeat. Let's see here, Joe Block is a repeat. Brent Biscay is a repeat. Chris Noggle is a repeat. Mike Jimenez is a repeat from last year's commercial stuff. But everybody else is pretty much brand new. Desi's spoken once before, Desi Arnaz. But we like to switch it up. And we like to make sure that it's relevant content for what's going on in the market today. We also like to make sure that it's relevant. The actions that they're teaching are the actions that they're actually taking on a day in, day out basis with their business. And of course, we all know that I love marketing. So marketing is always a big thing. But ultimately, each and every speaker that we have come on has to provide something that's going to add a profit to your bottom line. Now, I can't hold a gun to your head. I can't make you go out and take action on anything. It's all about what you take from Note C.A.M.P and put it in your tool belt or whatever you want to use the analogy, and what you do in going forward. But I'll tell you this, if you're in real estate of any type, notes, fix, flips, rentals, whatever, short term, you come to Note C.A.M.P, you're going to walk away a better investor. And it's not a pitch fest. God knows I hate those. Yes, do we have some people selling some workshops? Do we have some people selling some training? By all means, yeah, definitely. We definitely do. But we've got a lot of people just coming on here to provide content and actions that you can take, or tools or vendors that can really add a lot of stuff to your bottom line. Now, one of the great things that we do, every speaker roughly will have about an hour 15 to speak. And we kick things off Thursday at 12 o'clock. That's Central Standard Time. That's 10 a.m. on the West Coast. It's 1 o'clock on the East Coast. And we'll run, approximately from 12 to 6 on Thursday. Friday is a full day, 9 a.m. to roughly 6 p.m. on Friday, Saturday, and then also Sunday we'll run from 9 a.m. to probably about 5:30. There are some things that we love doing with our attendees, as we like to say, our campers, to keep you guys involved with different things. We'd like to see which events or which sessions you like the most. We'll have some social media contests along the way. We'll give away some door prizes, some software, or some books, or some tools, microphones, webinar, webcam, stuff like that you can implement in your business to make things really, really successful for you. And I want you all to know that I want you to walk away doing great things. So if you have attended Note Camp before, if you do me a favor in the chat, we'll say I've attended. If you've been to Note Camp before in the past, any of them, feel free to type it in the chat roll. Hey, I've been there. Okay. If you're new, just type in new. All right. And one of the great things that we really do, besides the survey and getting people involved, giving you multiple ways to watch it, whether it's here on Zoom, which is the best way to watch. We'll also be live streaming to Facebook, probably be live streaming to YouTube as well. And then we'll also probably just doing the audio straight to Clubhouse. So while you've got a ticket, and the ticket gets you to the replays and some of the bonuses that we're throwing in there, we'll announce the bonuses throughout the weekend. We really want you to be able to tune in and listen any way that you possibly can. And you have the ability to ask questions on any of those platforms that we'll be monitoring, that you'll be able to take a look at, that you'll be able to engage, not just with me, but with speakers as well. And that's the big thing about these conferences. I see a lot of people who have done virtual conferences and they do replays. I hate doing replays as the main focus. And that's been, I think we can all agree to this over the last 18 months, a lot of virtual events have been about, oh, we're going to record a bunch. We're going to give you like 20-minute nuggets. And then we're going to basically, that's it. We really just want to grab your email. So that is not what Note Camp is. Note Camp is the speakers know they have an hour to provide content, 15 minutes if they're selling something, or 15 minutes to take Q&A. And it is live. You have the ability to ask people live. We'll bring you on camera if you need to, or we'll ask your question if it's a complicated one or something like that. We'll bring you on live on with our speakers, and they're all prepared to take Q&A. They all know that they're here to really deliver a lot of great content for you. And that's what I want to drive into. Let's dive a little bit more into the content side here as we pull up the schedule. Now, if you've not gone to notecamp.live, you can do so right now. Okay. If you go to Note Camp, oh, come on here. NoteCamp.live is our schedule. If you've not been there yet, check it out. All right. We spent a lot of time. We've tweaked the schedule up quite a bit. Some similar things from last year, some new things all along. Some people we brought on that we saw a lot of engagement from people on our podcast and episodes that we said, okay, we got to bring this person back because they deliver a lot of great content. But I tell you this, it's literally 2 barrels of content right off the bat. It's not, every day we'll start off with a 30-minute kind of intro recap with yours truly, and then it's diving into the content. And the part of the reason that we put the whole schedule up here is you can hunt and peck. Once you've signed up for Zoom on the Zoom link, if you got a ticket, you all should have gotten a Zoom link by now. If you didn't, don't worry, we'll resend it up, Thursday morning before we get rocker. We'll even text you as well. But the biggest thing, ticket prices are normally $399 for something like that. They're right now at $199. Save $200 if you haven't signed up for it right now. We're 2 days and 16 hours away, roughly from kickoff. 2 days and 17 hours. But it's the first. Note Camp is the first and longest running virtual event of its life in the note industry, and we're very proud of that. And I'm not going to go through the speakers. I'd rather go back to this. I'm going to go down to the schedule here. We're just kind of walking through each speaker as we know it versus hitting it twice. But literally, the kickoff thing's noon Thursday. I know for some of you, Chris, what time of you? I think you said that it's going to be a little early for you. It might be early in the morning out in Hawaii for it. But we've got people actually international joining in. I was speaking via email back with a couple of investors today in New Zealand, Australia, Israel, Spain, London, Mexico, Canada. We've had somebody I think is from Russia as well who will be attending. No, it's not Putin. Montrese has attended in the past. He says, awesome. Thank you, Montrese. Glad to see you, buddy. But one of the great things, kicking off the day on Thursday, 12:30 with me, 10 the intro, set some ground rules, how to interact. You'll see emails coming out about some of those things as well. But we've got my buddy Mark Willis, who's a certified financial planner out of Chicago. He is the head honcho behind the Not Your Average Financial podcast. This topic is how to write a contract with your future. And he'll be talking a little bit about investing and some of the great ways that he's helping investors, not only just through notes, but actually helping you set up your own banking and taking care of yourself for it. And it's always Mark and I. He's a previous guest of the podcast. We had a great episode, and his episode still ranks in I think our top 10 or 15 from last year. And so just a great guy and knows his stuff. And he's one of the few financial advisors that I actually refer people to who are looking for one out there. And as a previous financial advisor back in the day, he's taken that extra trip going and gotten his CFP, which is not an easy task. And we're glad to have him starting off Note C.A.M.P 2021. Following that, you're going to see a powerhouse, a rock star out of Atlanta, Amy Ransdell, who is the co-marketing officer for Riva Global Real Estate Virtual Assistants. And she's going to be sharing how to outsource 90% of your note buying heavy lifting with virtual assistants. Last year, we had Bob LaChance, who's the founder and CEO of that. Unfortunately, Bob could not make it back because of travel, but we're really excited to have Amy. Amy's just got a passion for helping investors succeed, and that's why she's so good at what she does. She's the co-host of the Friday Morning Coffee Talk with Bob, and then also our buddy Patrick Precourt. And this lady's just got, like I said, a brightness to herself and loving to help people. And I'm actually a little bit more excited she's speaking than Bob. No offense to Bob, but Amy does a great job, and you'll see. She's going to deliver some nuggets. And I've spent, Riva Global is the company that we use. Full disclosure, that's who we use for our virtual assistants, and we've helped train their staff to help note investors in a variety of fashion, and not only pulling note deals off the assignment of mortgages, but also pulling investors, how to put those in list. Their VAs have helped with our marketing, automation, and a variety of things. So I wholly endorse Riva Global, and that's why I got them, because I think so many people, especially if you're like, oh, I'm too busy, I don't have time, you can make time, and it is actually more affordable for you to do that than you would expect. And if you don't have the time, or you say you can't afford it, you can't afford not to if you really want to get somewhere with your business, okay? Following that, a fan favorite from last year is Michael Jimenez. He'll be talking about how to buy, sell, and invest in commercial non-performing loans. He's the founders of a company called Note Exchange or Exchange.loans. That's exchange with no E at the front, so Exchange.loans. Previously from auction.com. Just an absolutely great guy. His presentation last Note C.A.M.P was really great. He wrapped up the day, and people didn't flake off. They stayed on to the very end. And so we're excited, especially with everything that's going on in the industry. We're glad to pick his brain on where he sees things going in the future, especially commercial notes. That's what he focuses on. We'll then get into wrapping up our first day with my buddy Bill Barnett out of Arlington, Texas. Some of you may have been on his Monday night webinar a few months ago on real estate radicals. A few people actually attended his class in Houston. Bill is just a value. Just absolutely amazing treasure trove of information. He'll be talking about the coming profit tsunami with seller financing and how to identify seller finance deals that make sense, how to structure deals. So we're really looking forward to what Bill will provide. And Bill's just a good friend, known him for over a decade now. And this is actually be his first time speaking at Note C.A.M.P. So we're really excited about that. So Mark, Amy, and Bill, their first times. Mike was here last year. So that's day one. That's Thursday. That's a lot of great content, owner financing, commercial notes, VAs, and protecting your investments. So that'll be a great thing there. Now, Friday is usually the highest attended day. Friday and Saturday, the two highest attended day. And we have a lot of great content for you lined up. So Friday, I kick off the morning and we move right into at 9:30 Central Time with my buddy Randy Dickinson. He'll be talking about 5 marketing hacks to increase profits in 90 days. Now, in the past, we all know that I love marketing. It's the lifeblood of your business. But I really, and Randy, I have to give him a little credit. He's a little bit more seasoned than some of the marketing people we've had on before. A lot of times we had some younger people on talking about marketing. But Randy, being a little bit more of an elder statesman, a little bit more experienced, he's going to be focusing on 5 simple things for you guys that are a little bit more gray, a little more seasoned, a little bit snow on the hill. Okay. But he's going to give you 5 marketing hacks to increase profits in roughly 30 to 90 days, depending on how you implement them. And these are all going to be things that you all can do. Not difficult to do, pretty basic things, but I think a lot of people forget about. So we're excited about that. Randy speaking for the first time. Then that rolls into our 11 o'clock. And this, I would imagine, is going to be one of the most attended sessions of the event. We have our friend and truly a rock star, Miss Avery Carl. Now, Avery's episode on short-term rentals, the #1 watched video in the last year and a half on my YouTube channel. And she just is the best and the nationwide expert on short-term rentals, Airbnb, stuff like that. So she'll be talking about how to grow your wealth with short-term rentals. A lot of people want to hold on to their property, especially their notes that they take to REO, or they can pick up some, cheaper REOs and convert them, so selling them off. They want to hold on and ride the appreciation train the best. And she'll be talking about some of the ways to identify some markets that you may not recognize out there that can be great short-term rental markets for you. I'm really looking forward to that. And Avery was one of the first people I reached out to make sure she'd be able to speak at Note C.A.M.P this year. So first time on Note C.A.M.P, but not the first time to speak here with us. But anyway, that rolls into one of our favorite individuals, Mr. Joel Block with Bullseye Capital out of California. He'll be speaking Friday at roughly the noon hour here. We'll be talking about all the money you need to raising all the money you need to do all the deals you want. Joel is a private money raising expert. He's helped over 150 businesses put funds together, whether they're Reg A's, 506C's and D's. He's actually helping us put our fund together as well. He's a good friend. The only thing I hold against him is that he's a Dodgers fan and I'm a Giants fan, but we'll let him slide on that. But he always delivers. He's got some great stuff. I know that his giveaway, I think he's giving away some training for. He does have host a symposium. It'll be live again, I think in October, November in Vegas. So if you're really looking to put a fund together, this is an event. If you want to do some things big here in the next 18 months, this is one session you don't want to miss out on. Joel's a absolutely genius when it comes to structuring funds and making sure that you're able to raise all the capital you need for all the deals that you need. He likes to say it starts with the money versus the deal, because he's good enough about putting the money together, and he'll show you some things how to do it. So not hard at all. Okay. That takes us into the kind of, I say, the asset protection side of Note C.A.M.P. We got 2 back-to-back speakers that have spoken on Note C.A.M.P before. Brent's first time was last year. Kevin Day's first time, I think, was 4 years ago. Kevin makes a return. Kevin was just on Note Night in America a few weeks ago. Brent is the, the VP of Business Development for Laughlin Associates, to be talking about how to protect your assets with a corporate veil, how to set things up if you've got an LLC, an S Corp, you're new to being an entrepreneur and entities. This is one you will not want to miss. This is a session that's just absolutely awesome. Brent knows his stuff. He's been with Laughlin, I think, over 30 years now, in a 50-year company. So he's been around the block, seen it. He's the guy that usually sits down with all of Laughlin's clients to begin with and structures their deals for them, helps them identify the opportunities of what they do or don't need. So definitely looking forward to this at 2 p.m. our time. Followed by that is another, if you're familiar with the Laughlin Associates or you've been to their Magnify Your Wealth seminar that Aaron puts on every year, you'll probably recognize this name, Kevin Day. He's joining us for the first time. He spoke just a couple weeks ago, like I said, here at Note Night in America. Absolutely one of the most brilliant asset protection attorneys out there, helping you set up living trust, irrevocable trust, structuring offshore trusts. We had him on just a few weeks ago, like on Monday night. It was a very, very successful webinar. You guys will want to definitely attend that, especially if you've got assets of any kind, not just note investing, but assets of any kind. Kevin Day is just going to be great. He might have a presentation, but most of it's just going to be fielding Q&A from the audience for you. And it will come in very valuable after having Brent Biscay on the hour before. So that takes us into our final session on Friday, into the due diligence side of note investing, a very nuts and bolts session. We've got the lovely Bethany Humphreys join us from San Diego. Bethany is the, I guess you'd say, really the cog that makes ACI Legacy Group run. She's a trader out there and president does a great job with due diligence. So she'll be breaking down due diligence for an hour, hour and a half on Friday night. For those of you that are new, I always love seeing how somebody does due diligence different from me. There's a lot of similarities, but there's some difference. And I will tell you this, I've already picked up a couple nuggets things. And that's one of the great things about people that are educated. Oftentimes, I won't say we steal, we learn nuggets like, oh, that's a benefit. That's a benefit. Oh, that's a great thing I don't talk about or I forget about because it becomes old hat. And I love that Bethany, her approach to helping people do their due diligence. So I call it due diligence for dummies. But that's Friday. That's wrapping up Friday, roughly about 6 o'clock at night, our time, 4 o'clock on the West Coast. That's a big day and a half right there. And at the halfway point, at the end of the first day, you should have gotten your money's worth. But at the end of the second day too, woo, you've gotten a lot of advice, a lot of counsel from some amazing people out there. Kevin, Brent, Bethany, Joel, and then of course, Avery Carl and Randy Dickinson. So starting off marketing, finishing up with due diligence, covering your assets in the middle and helping you raise some capital and put some deals to work. Friday's a good day too. That taking it into, roll into the second half of Note Camp on Saturday. I'll start it off again with a bit recap, but then I'm going to share with you what's really working now in the note industry. I think everybody I talk to like, oh, I heard about this, or I heard about this. Like I fielded a phone call from a guy like, oh, I'm chasing REOs. I'm like, you're not going to find any right now because of this, this, and this. Oh, I got 50 grand. I want to buy a portfolio of seconds. Yeah, that's not really going to work in this market either. And people are getting their information from bad sources. They're getting it from sources that aren't in the day in, day out trenches of the note business. They're not dealing, or they've bought a couple of notes, but haven't bought anything in a couple of years. So I thought it valuable to share what's actually working, where you should focus your business on here in the next 18 months. And we'll share with you 10, 15 different things, what's really working for you to find deals, make money, and really knock it out of the park here on Saturday morning with yours truly. Follow that's my buddy Darren Adams from Keep Infusionsoft. I'm sure you want to call the company. He'll be sharing how to close more deals and raise more money with automation and set some things on automation to help you out, especially if you're working a full-time job. He'll help you out to automate roughly that other 10% that you probably don't have the opportunity to do that Amy will talk about. So why we put them in that 11 o'clock hour, basically. Here is the second one on Saturday. But Darren's a phenomenal speaker, knows his stuff, and you'll walk away with some amazing ideas and tools to put into your automation for your marketing. Okay. Followed up, that will bring in the rock star investor, Mr. Bill Twyford out of Colorado. I've known Bill for almost a decade as well, too. He's going to be sharing how to master the art of subject to deals in 2021. We all know that we're going to see a lot, we're already starting to see a lot of subject to deals in the market. And Bill does this from Colorado all across the country. And so I'm really looking forward to what he will be sharing on Saturday afternoon. One of the first speakers I reached out to as well, because we've been trying to do something together for a while. And him and Dawn, his wife, have been friends for a while. So really looking forward to having Bill speak Saturday on subject to deals. Following that up, that rolls into a buddy of mine, Tom Hazard, is a new speaker to Note Camp. Tom actually is the founder and head honcho over at Podetize. I don't know, him or Tracy, his wife Tracy's very good, but we'll be talking about how to leverage podcasts, whether you want to start a podcast or whether you want to be a guest on podcast, how to leverage the power of podcasts to help you boost your real estate. And so this is a new session. Tom and I have brainstormed on this quite a bit over the last couple of months, and I'm really looking forward to this session. For those of you guys that are looking to capitalize on the digital technology, things you can be doing, not only, like I said, not to only raise capital, but find deals. You really have to set yourself apart from the, I guess you say, the herd of people that are doing the bare minimums. And by doing what Tom will be talking about, even in a little bit, can exponentially help you set yourself apart from everybody else. Okay. Powerful session on marketing and using the digital medium, either podcasting, audio, or video, to really help yourself stand out. Following up, Tom is our guest from last week, who absolutely just killed it with her session here on Note Night in America. She'll share the secrets that will set you free from the U.S. income tax. She's actually adding some stuff to her presentation, some more stuff than what she talked about last Monday night. Kelly Alexander, she is an income tax expert in helping people avoid taxes legally and not having to end up paying a lot of income taxes where others would. So it was eye-opening, her presentation last Monday night, and I had to have her back immediately Actually, we had her scheduled for Note Camp before we had her booked on Note Night in America. They just happened to be so close together. So excited to have her back. And if you missed last Monday night, this is a one session you do not want to miss. Okay. Following that up, okay, we start the day with me. You end the day with me on Saturday. I'll be sharing another 10 things on how to take your note business to a whole new level, taking your note business to a different level from what you learn at Note Camp than what you're currently doing now. And we're not talking a lot of work. We're talking some little tweaks, some things. For those that are coachable, hey, this will be a great session for you to tap into on a Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening to make the most of Note Camp and the most of the next 6 months. Okay. So that's Saturday. A lot of great information that rolls into Sunday. Okay. Have me kicking off the morning announcements, door prizes for those. And we're excited to have Desi Arnaz joining us from San Diego, California. He'll be talking about how to profit from performing paper. Now, Desi is he's still a realtor out in San Diego, but when I met him a decade ago, him and his wife attended one of my classes. They started learning the note business. And one of the things that I used to do previously is when somebody took one of my 3-day classes, if they went out and closed a deal in 6 months, I would give them their tuition back to the class, $600 to $1,000 back. And Desi went and did it. He didn't expect me to refund it, but I did. I actually was out in San Diego. I drove up and presented him a check with a refund. He couldn't believe it. And I was like, look, you're coachable. You went and closed the deal. Heck yeah, I'm going to follow up. I want to hear about it. I want you to share your story. Now, Desi's done an amazing job, bought a couple hundred assets over the last decade and helping people get rock and rolling too. So we're excited to have Desi coming back and speaking on the power of performing paper. All right. Following that comes in probably the nation's premier money expert, Name on Money. You may have seen him on an AMC reality TV show a few years back, maybe from the Money Multiplier. Somebody who's going to share a lot of great information about how to raise private money and how to get people to give it to you without you asking for it. And so we're honored to have Mr. Chris Noggle join us back. His first time at Note Camp was last year. We're really excited to come back talking about cracking the code for raising private money. And so I think this will be one of the highest attended events or sessions of the workshop because raising capital, private money is always one of the biggest things out there. So Chris is a dynamic speaker and a good friend of mine as well. So excited to have him join us again here at Note Camp on Sunday. That takes us in to the lunch hour basically on Sunday, or the church hour if you're on Sunday. And we've got our buddy Mike Wolf joining us. Mike Wolf is a Canadian investor who invests in the United States in predominantly tax liens and tax deed investing, especially in Harris County, Houston, Texas, one of our #1 markets out there. And he teaches people all across the country. So we brought him back to talk about tax liens and tax deeds because that was a big request for more information from last year's Note Camp. And so we're glad to have him back. He's a great speaker, a great guest on our podcast. His episode ranks in the top, I think, 15 of downloads from last year. So honored to have Mr. Mike Wolf back, the Wolf Man. All right, that takes us into the 2 o'clock hour, and we were honored to have her husband speak on Saturday, the always amazing Dwan Bent Tyford to join us. She's either going to be joining us from Florida or Colorado. I don't know where she's going to be at, but she'll be talking about foreclosures, fortunes, and flipping contracts. So many people ask information about wholesaling. And so that was one of the things when I was talking to Bill and Dwan about, and she's like, oh, we've got this amazing new training we're doing on wholesaling. I was like, that's perfect. Let's have you come on and talk about wholesaling notes because that's where a lot of people want to get started. The easy way to get started making money in the note business is a tool that you can use across notes, across real estate, really wholesaling anything these days. So really excited. She is so excited. I'll tell you that. Dwan has probably texted me 3 or 4 times in the last week, just absolutely excited to be a part of Note Camp. And I was honored to be a guest on her podcast recently and vice versa. Her podcast has not come out yet. And I tell you what, we had a great time and this is going to be a fun, she's going to knock it out of the park if you're here. So you do not want to miss that session. Okay. And it's always hard to follow Dwan, but we've got our buddy Chris Palmisano join us from Rocket Dollar. Going to be talking at 3:30 on Central Standard Time on Sunday there. Chris is the COO of Rocket Dollar. They're a financial tech company here in Austin, Texas, who's also a self-directed IRA custodian and trustee. And they've got an amazing product with self-directed IRAs, easy to deal with, easy to use. And the way that they've embraced technology makes it more affordable and cheaper for all of you out there that have an IRA or looking to start an IRA, do a rollover. So we're honored to have Chris join us for the first time here. Rocky retirement with self-directed IRAs. So he'll be talking about that on Sunday afternoon. And then that will basically bring us to the final session of me, where we'll basically wrap it up. Wrap up Note Camp 2021. I'll provide some awards and feedback and door prizes, and really just excited to have you all join us for 4 days out there. Trust me, you do not want to slough off on Sunday. I get it. It's a church day. If anything, I'll tell you this right now. If you say, oh, I need more money, I need more deals, I need to pray on it. Well, guess what? God is answering your call here for you. I invite you to stay for the Church of Higher Returns here at Note Camp on Sunday for you. But it's going to be well worth your time, well worth your energy to hang around, to ask questions. All of our speakers here have plenty of time to answer all your questions. And how we structure it, the speakers get an hour 15 to speak, answer questions. We also put a 15-minute buffer into between the previous speaker and the new speaker in case there's more questions. And we'll also be featuring some of our vendors during those 15-minute breaks. We just say virtual billboards, some different offers and ads for you that you'll be able to take advantage of. I'll tell you what, our vendors have really done an amazing job coming out and offering some great discounts and deals for you guys here at Note Camp 2021. So that's the schedule. We've got some new things. If you have not been to notecamp.live, that's kind of the main board. There will be some things that pop up on here over the next couple of days as we start putting some buttons into day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. We are creating specific pages for each day. So you'll be able to go in, and if speakers has a presentation or slides, a special offering, they'll be on the main dashboard here for you. You got to be registered though to have access to that. So if you haven't registered yet, go to notecamp.live and get registered tonight. Trust me, you want to be a part of this. You don't want to miss out on the content. We've got some great stuff. Every year we see so much good coming from Note Camp. Not me. Well, it's great to put it together, yeah. But I'm talking about, we see so many people, students, attendees, people like you that really, there's something that snaps in a good way. You hear the information a second or third time, or you hear somebody new that helps you put it in a different perspective, or something that really identifies or rings with you with your tune-in fork, and get off and get rock and rolling. And the beautiful thing, I will be live here with you all 4 days. I'm listening in. I'm taking lessons just like many of you are from a lot of our speakers out there, and I just pay attention. So I want to open up for questions from anybody out here who's got any questions about Note Camp. For those of you here, hey, like I said, I know we had some people join us a little bit late. If you've attended Note Camp before, let me know, say, yep. Repeat. If you're brand new, type in new, and we'd love to let you know here. But we've got, like I said, we've got people join us every year. We have people join us from all across the world at Note Camp, because we have listeners in over 130 countries of our webinars and our podcasts, and it's just always it's a really great event. It's a lot of work, and Sunday doesn't just mark the end of the 4-day. It actually marks the start of a whole week of other work that we're doing to roll things out for you guys to make the most. Because Note Camp is just not a 4-day event. It's the pre, the during, and the afterwards of how we deliver the content. And we expect to have the replays out to everybody that following Tuesday. I would say Monday, but I'm going to give myself a little slack and make sure we get the replays out to everybody. If you could not make it live or can't make it all events, you'll have the replays by that Tuesday afternoon at 5 o'clock. Okay. Norm says new to camp. Awesome. Glad to have you there. Norm, you picked up your ticket yet already? You haven't? Do so by going to notecamp.live. Pricing increases tonight, everybody. It bumps up quite a bit. Any discounts available? It's a discount. There's a $200 discount right now, John. So take advantage of that price, because it goes up to $399 tomorrow. All right. So, and one of the great things, ladies and gentlemen, you can invite, one of the things that we do every year is, for those that have a ticket, you're more than welcome to invite your friends, your family. If you got other coworkers or people, your partners or spouses, hey, feel free to share the link with them, and you can listen in together. We've had people get together in groups of 3, 4, 10 before to watch Note Camp for 4 days. So definitely here to help you guys take things to the next level. Okay. But it's also worth our time. Free has no value for anybody out there. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. Good. Awesome, Norm. Glad to hear that. Took advantage of the discount and took, awesome. Perfect. Great job, Norm. Any questions, any comments? The official hashtag that we'll be using, somebody asked me that earlier, is Note C.A.M.P 21. So hashtag Note C.A.M.P 21 is what the official discount is. Or I'm sorry, not discount, that's that official hashtag, okay? Another question, comment here. John asked, what's the schedule? Go to notecamp.live, John. We were just going through the schedule on my screen here. So if you can go to notecamp.live and just scroll down below the speakers, you'll see the schedule lineup. And that's the schedule is set in stone. All right. John just dropped me an email at scott@weclosenotes.com. I'll be glad to take a look because I'll need to know which email you used if you said you signed up for it. But the replays will come out automatically. If you're signed up and got a ticket, the replays will come out to you automatically this following Tuesday. Okay. It's not, we don't charge extra for the replays. They're included in your ticket price. Okay. It's we're one of the few events that actually does that. Most of them try to nickel and dime you. We just include it as part of it. Okay. What other questions do you have out there? Brian, Carol, Daniel, Donald. Hey, what's up, Don? Donald, Vanessa, looking forward. Have you guys here in Austin here in a few weeks, okay? France, hey, Jerry Briggs, hope you're doing well, bud. Gerard Lewis, good to see you again. Janelle, hey, hope the phone calls went well today for you, or tomorrow. John Davis, John, let's see, you got several Johns. Chris from Hawaii, Marcia, good to see you. Mark C, Mary Washington, Matrice there, Norm, Richard, Robert, Roberta, good to see you all there. Roger, Stephen, Terry, Wayne, man, I'm just honored to have you guys all join me here. Hopefully you guys all show up and yep, Don, you should have gotten your ticket already. Should have been in the base camp group for the part that you're part of. Hey, Janelle. All right. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Okay. Any other questions? I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. And if you're excited about Note C.A.M.P, I would love for you to share it. Take a screenshot of Note C.A.M.P or pull your favorite speaker up. For those of you guys that were here as I went through the schedule, is there one speaker that stands out to you more than the rest? And if you want to type that in the chat roll, which speaker stands out to you the most, or which one you're really looking forward to, or a topic that you're really excited about, type that in the chat roll. Love to hear from you guys that are here with me on Note Night in America. Okay. Stephen, I've attended all 8 of them. That's right, baby. You have, you know, and for those that have attended all 8 of our Note camps, we have a very special thing we're going to be sending out to you. Okay. Really, really excited. Really proud of you. I think you're there. Okay. Nobody has a speaker they're excited about? Scott Carson. Well, what the beauty is, I know that you all have different strengths and weaknesses. I know that you're all working towards different things, and that's why we have such a good mixture of things. It's not just all first liens. It's a mixture of raising capital, marketing, due diligence, and some exit strategies for you, along with asset protection and some other things. So I know that's a big thing. We always get more questions about, hey, how to raise private capital, how to talk with investors, and that's why we've got several people on there. We've got a lot of people ask questions about asset protection and what to do in this crazy world that we're in these days. And that's why we got it on here today. So looking forward to this Thursday, guys. We kick everything off at noon Thursday. That's noon Central Standard Time. It's 1 o'clock East Coast time. That's 10 a.m. Pacific Coast time. And we'll run until 5 or 6 each day at Note C.A.M.P 2021. So if there's not any other questions or comments, I will let you guys go for the evening. Get back to it. If you have not signed up for Note C.A.M.P, do so tonight before you miss out on the discount. Prices go up at midnight. And drop me if you have any questions. Hey, did I buy an early bird ticket earlier on or anything like that? Let me know. Shoot me a ticket, scott@weclosenotes.com, and I'll take a look and verify it with you as well. So go out, take some action, everybody get signed up tonight, and hopefully we'll see you Thursday at noon. Otherwise, be safe, and we'll see you all at the top, everybody. Bye.